Howdy all, Relax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, I need to figure out how to get up this mountain. Maybe I can drive around it? I need to go over there to the treasure map that I looted the other day. I want to check it out, see if there's anything good in there. Could be. Probably not, but could be. Money. I guess money's useful. Buy some more stuff from the store. So we played some more Pathfinder this week. A little more Pathfinder 2. Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Man. It seems a little bit smoother than Starfinder. I'll give it that. But I don't know. I kind of want to look at some of the monsters involved that we fought this last time and try and understand why they were the way they were. Usually in D&D. Oh no. I might have to dig this out a little bit more. Yep, okay. Okay. Wait, and then you just... You know, I said I need to dig this out a little bit more. You know what I meant? I meant just pop off of it because it can do weird things. And now it's gone. Right? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, that was weird. But usually in D&D when you fight something and it's given specific armor, then its armor class is based off of that armor. But I feel like the things we were fighting had way more AC than they were supposed to. And so I'm curious as to how this specific creature had an AC of 19 when it was wearing leather armor. So, yeah. I'm not saying there was any shenanigans going on. I'm just saying... I mean, I am saying there's shenanigans going on, but it was on the part of the writer of the adventure that we're doing. I feel like the AC might be tweaked to make it a boss character. And I don't care for that kind of stuff. I feel like your bosses should be based on what they are. So if they're like a super special something or another, I can understand it. It makes total sense to me. But if you're just a regular old character with maybe a special ability that is unique, you're gonna need to push a little harder for why you have an increased AC. Because, like, you fight a giant in 5th edition. You know that giant's probably going to have some pretty low AC, right? The bigger it is, the easier it is to hit, kind of thing. But then when you face off against a dragon, which is even bigger than a giant, right? Its AC is high, but it's got, like, super hard scales, right? It makes sense. it makes sense in a world where, you know, everything's made up. But, not that you couldn't have like a giant that's harder to hit, like a giant made out of stone or something. I can understand, but if it's just a fleshy, like a person, just bigger, then I don't understand why it would get bonuses to its AC. Uh, Big bonuses to attacks for sure, because it hits hard. But then again, just because it hits hard doesn't mean that it can aim well. So maybe bonuses to damage, not its accuracy, right? I can understand that. That is understandable to me. But it's a little weird when we're hitting these guys and they're all the same size and the same kind of creature. And suddenly this one's got way more AC just randomly out of the blue compared to everybody else, but it's wearing the same armor. Uh yeah, something's up there. Um but yeah, we finished the first floor of the dungeon. And there was more. Let's move your characters around. That was super annoying, and uh, and I feel like I say I feel like a lot here. I think that given it's a new system, uh, and we haven't really watched anyone play it, and we haven't played a game with a different DM, that having Dim as our DM makes it extra special. And not in a good way. We we uh we enter this room, okay? And the room is covered in slime, that's like dried on the walls and stuff. And in the middle of the room is an altar. And at the back of the room is a squid head. Okay? And um and so my guy, they do training levels for your skills, which are not a D&D 5th edition thing. And so, depending on whether or not you're trained, will determine whether or not you can do certain things, right? And so, my guy is trained in occultism. I don't understand what that means yet. I need to look up exactly how that plays out. But I thought weird altar, middle of dungeon, things are weird with it. Maybe I could get a sense of things with my occultism. And yeah, the DM was like, no, this is not related to occultism. I don't know what he thinks occultism is. But looking through the book, it seems like I should have been able to like get an understanding of what I was looking at, more than he would allow. And then of course he's playing a character as well, and so his character has gotta learn all the things nobody else is allowed to. That's not true, but it feels like it sometimes. Uh, it's a little bit true. Okay, someone will do really good, and then he'll be like, "I'm gonna roll for it too," and then he'll roll and get slightly, like 1 point higher. Like, I don't mean like tripping the DC higher. I mean like one guy will roll a 23 and then his guy will roll a 24 and he's like, well, my guy knows. Like, oh yeah. Well, you didn't need to roll at all. The other guy already rolled. We don't need everyone to roll a check. Um, but so yeah, I was a little disappointed that he's not allowing my occultism to. I've tried it multiple times now to look at magic things. I'm wondering if he doesn't understand that occultism is one of the magic branches in the game. And so just saying that arcane covers all the magic things like it does in D&D isn't accurate. All right, it's locked. I held on the. Oh, I don't have any lock picks. Oh no, I do. Okay, got really confused. I was looking for the lockpick symbol. see how we do here. Ah, man. Oh, it's gonna be one of those. There we go. Okay. It wasn't. Alright, trash. Useful. Scrap it. Useful. Scrap it. Scrap it. Very useful. Nice. Alright. That was a good haul. We'll get some supplies for bullets. And I got some dukes. It does look like the like occultism is, leans more towards certain types of creatures. And so I would grant that maybe I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't know a lot of details, but I feel like I would recognize the creature that was behind the altar, at least, right? And I'd probably have some idea of what I was looking at because we saw an altar with this bowl on it. The bowl didn't have any of the slime on it, and in the bowl was water, and it looked like clean water. And apparently, it gave you a bunch of buffs if you drank it, but no one was willing to drink it. And I asked if it smelled like salt water because one of the other guys had gotten the information because they weren't rolling occultism. We learned that it was an ocean god. And so I thought maybe it was some kind of saltwater thing. And so I was like, oh, does it seem like it's regular water or salt water? And he's like, well, just, you don't smell anything come from it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, maybe I dip my finger in it and taste it. And then when I was saying that, then he was like, oh, no, wait. It does smell like salt water. I'm like, okay. But I'm not going to taste salt water. All right. I don't understand why there's an ocean thing, but then I thought about it, and we're in a harbor town, so that doesn't really explain why there's a weird altar in the basement dungeon area, but you know, it is what it is. So we left that there, and then of course he's like, I gotta tell you what was there. I gotta tell you what that thing was. And so it was really long, and I didn't listen very well, I'll admit it. Because first he said it restored your hit points, but then he went on about some kind of buff it gave, but I didn't care because we weren't getting it. So, you know, that doesn't really help me out a whole lot. And that's not where that goes. So, oh, well. Let's go ahead and rack up some more bullets here. All 75 of them. So, so we fought kobolds, which I've never seen in Pathfinder before, and they are different from the kobolds I know from D&D. They didn't really do much though. Oh, he did this shady thing. So in 5th edition, 5th edition Pathfinder played differently. They use the same kind of stats, they use the same kind of dice and all that, but combat is played out quite a bit differently. In 5th edition, you've got movement and movement, an action, a bonus action, and free action. Free actions are pretty basic in what you can do with them, and so you don't use them very often. Bonus action you can only use if you've got something that works with a bonus action. So, like, if I have a long sword, I get to attack using my action with a long sword. If I'm carrying 2 short swords, then I can make an attack with my action with 1 short sword, and then in my offhand, I use my bonus action to attack with the other one, right? So you gotta have a specific ability that gives you a bonus action. You can't have 2 long swords and attack, right, with each hand. It's not that kind of thing. I think you have to have a light weapon in either hand to be able to do 2 weapon fighting. I can't remember. I'd have to look up the rules. It's been a while since I've done 2 weapon fighting that mattered. Like, I know I do 2 weapon fighting every time we play D&D with my bard, but I got those weapons and I don't remember what the rules were specifically allowing me to multi-attack that way. So in Pathfinder, you don't have the action. Oh, and then, like, if you cast a spell, it's an action, right? Kind of thing. Or sometimes you can have a bonus action spell, right? Just depends. Just depends on what you're doing. Well, in Pathfinder, they did away with all that, and so you have a free action, and then you just get 3 actions. And so, you know, you can move, you can attack, you can raise your shield, you know, stuff like that. And so, what you don't get to do, though, is attack, move, and then ready in action, because you don't have enough actions for that.
You'd like to die in my store.
And so, we get in there, and then he's like, oh yeah, they're going to throw their spear at you, and then they're going to move out of your line of sight. I'm like, okay, because that's what he does to the bad guys. I don't understand. He thinks that bad guys are going to run away every time, right? There's 4 of us. There's 4 of them. They're defending something. I don't know why they always run away. Sometimes there's more. Sometimes there's like 30 of them and people will still run away. Sometimes it'll be like if you look in the adventure book, it'll be like, this guy's going to attack to this point, and if he loses this much hit points, then he's going to run away and then do this thing later. And then he'll just be like, he throws a spell at you, and then he makes himself invisible, and then he runs away. And you're like, okay. But he was supposed to fight first, right? There's supposed to be a chance for us to get him. And so it can be really, really annoying sometimes with the way the creatures always run away. In fact, in our D&D game, we've actually made our guys, given our guys abilities, for real. Like, we actually earned them. It wasn't like, I thought it was 24,000. 2,400. Okay, I'm gonna buy this. And,
Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy.
so, okay, let's try. Let's try.
Can't say I'm not surprised.
I fail these every time, but let's try. So we've actually, you know, we've given ourselves, like, again, when I say give it ourselves, I mean, we earned, through our leveling, the feats, or we purchased the items that allow us to see invisible creatures, because every time something can go invisible, it goes invisible with him. Or we, you know, we have, like, stop them from being able to move spells or, you know, stuff like that to try and cut down on the amount of bad guys who just run away and then he forgets about. And so they never come back after that, right? And so he was trying to do it again with the Pathfinder. And so then it was my turn after those guys went around the corner. We couldn't see him. And so, was it my turn? Might have been Zahn's turn. So then Zahn moves his guy, and then he's like, and then they're gonna throw spears at you. And I'm like, no, they don't. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, they already took their turn, so I don't know how they're supposed to throw spears now. And he's like, well, that's because they didn't use all their actions. I'm like, yeah, but to ready an action takes 2 actions. It's not a 1 action thing. And so then, of course, he wants to go back and change the turn, even though other things have happened since then. Well, they wouldn't have done that then. Well, I don't know what you made him run away for. But yeah, so we killed those guys, and then we had to open a gate. They couldn't pick the lock. They failed picking the lock, and then I brought a crowbar with me to open things, and so I told him I wanted to use my crowbar on the lock, and it gives you a bonus, and I rolled really high anyways, so I broke the lock open, and he gave us the +1 sword, which I need to look up. I've been using a bastard sword, which is pretty cool, actually. I say pretty cool. It's not that cool, but I like that it allows me more options. In 5th edition, I don't think there are any weapons that work this way, but I normally use, I think I've talked about this before, I normally use a greatsword in 5th edition, which is 2 6-sided dice, which I know lessens the amount of damage you do based on certain abilities. But oh man, it's this place again. Yeah, I've never managed to clear this on the 5th level stuff. Especially when letting zombies punch me right in the face. Alright, let's try her again here. Oh, I'm pressing F instead of E. I'm like, why is this not activating? Okay, so I know there's zombies on the bottom floor here that are hard to get to. And this is what killed me last time I tried this. No? I can see you. Oh, I can. Ooh, we got some green stuff coming here. Gotta remember, gotta reload, man. Oop. Don't touch the traps. Why would you touch traps? Okay, you guys really need to move over so I can see you. Oh, he's not dead. He is now. Oh, you were there for a second. Alright, and then we just got one more. Listen, guy, I'm not hanging around here for you, okay? I'll come back for you later. So, so yeah, so then we did get into, um, we did get into, oh no. We did get into, a room with a puzzle, which was kind of cool. I solved the puzzle. It was, there was a statue, and it had nine coins, and its hands were like, what's going on here? Okay, I just hallucinated there was a zombie standing here. I hallucinated it. I totally saw her standing there, and now she's not. It was one of those one red-haired ones in the green. Ooh, look at that guy, he's fast. Bad zombie. Bad zombie. Quick, quick, reload, reload. Why are there so many yellow-eyed ones? Reload, reload. Whoa. Oh, dang it, a crawler got me. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about running out of time on this one. I'm really bad at these. I need to, I don't know, barricades or something. Yeah, spawn on my bed. I'm a failure again, alright. At least I expected it, and I brought my bike with me. So yes, the statue, his hands were like, scales. And so, one of the 9 coins was fake, but there was no way to tell. And so, so what you had to do was, figure out, you had 2 chances, and it would raise the higher value coins higher. And so I'm like, okay, we got 2 chances. It's a scale. I'm like, okay, so we split these in half, and we put 5 in one hand, 4 in the other. Then that would let us determine which half contains the. I'm like, but then it. I mean, yeah, it would let us. No, it actually wouldn't. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't let us know, because what it would do is it would balance out. Unless one hand, the hand of, well, no, I guess that would let you know. If the hand of 5 contained the coin, right, that's the trick. If the hand of 5 contained the coin, it would balance. If the hand of 4 contained the coin, then the hand with 5 would raise. Although technically I could see the DM going, yeah, even the fake coin has some value, so it would be more than the 4 coins. So I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. Clearly, that's not gonna work. So, and then I'm like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. We keep out one of the coins, and then we have it do 4 in each hand. If they balance, then we know that the coin is the one in front of me. If they don't balance, then we know that the coin is in the one that didn't balance. And then that way we know which of those, and then we just have to, we'd have 4 coins left to check, and that'd be like a 50-50 guess on which coin was the coin that is the wrong coin. I'm like, that's terrible. Like, what if I kept out more than 1 coin? What if I kept out 3 coins? And I'm like, oh yeah, and then with 3 coins kept out, uh,
You want work? Let's get one thing straight.
with 3 coins kept out, then there'd be three in each hand, and then once it does that, we'll know which of the three piles contains the fake coin, and then you just leave 1 coin out and put 1 coin in each hand, and then that will tell you which one's the fake coin. So that was fun. That was a fun little logic puzzle that I got to play through in my brain. And so we got some money and some experience for that one, and so that was cool. Okay, I definitely. And so then what did we do? Oh, and that's when we found a room that had a lever that let us trip some trap or activate some traps. And we did that, and then nothing happened, and then we went to um, dude, you gonna shoot her or just what? And then we went to uh, we went in the room, and that's when we faced the kobolds that had weird armor. I still don't understand how the one kobold had such higher armor than the others. I thought it was one of those. That's the zombie I hallucinated earlier. Actually, I think you can get to that from back here. Oh, you know what? I don't need back here. Got the big fancy scope on that guy. I don't need either of that. Nope. You just gonna punch that then? Yeah, somebody get in here so I can shoot him. You dead? No. Why are you on the ground? And I don't know. I'm a little confused as to how the trap mechanism worked, because he told us some of the squares not to step on, and I'm pretty sure those squares got stepped on by the bad guys. And while the bad guys did trip some of the traps, they didn't trip all of the traps. That I feel like they should have. So I don't know. Either way, we won. My guy got knocked unconscious or dead or whatever happens in Pathfinder. I think I have, we're first level. I have 20 hit points, and I got hit for like 15 damage by the one who had too much AC. I mean, I know she's a boss, and I know she should be tougher, but I don't understand, again, why her AC was like 3 points higher than the other guys. Because leather armor only grants you, I want to say it's 12 AC plus up to 4 dexterity. So that's 16 max. And even if their scales gave them a bonus, that's like 17. And why can I not get through? Never mind. I'm not going through there. I want to. I want to go through there. It looks like it's the way I'm supposed to go, but oh, there we go. It wasn't letting me go. So yeah, we dumped a couple of potions in my guy though and brought him back up, and uh again, the Dim, he's super concerned about people taking damage, well, not people, but his character taking damage, and so he's really afraid of the death, the death rules, and so he was freaking out about how I had a wound now, um, and so he wanted to make sure that we got my wound healed. And I'm like, okay, it's not that big a deal, man. It's one wound. I think it only affects death saves. What are the chances of me getting knocked down again? It's the first time we've had a character knocked down to 0 hit points, and it was on a really big special attack. So that was a lot of momentum there, lady, for someone who was just a regular zombie. I was expecting, you know, yellow eyes. All right, I need to get in. Screw your maze. Going through the doors. I just missed it. That's all there was to it. I walked past it. Um, but yeah, so now we're geared up for floor 2 next time, and so it'll be interesting to see where this goes. I I know there's another adventure past the one we're on that is supposedly related, so that we can just feed into that. That happened with the D&D starter kit. We did Lost Mines of Phandelver, which isn't the starter kit anymore, and then we jumped into I think Elemental Evil, something like that, which started in an area right next to Phandelver. Phandelver's a town, and so there's actually a quest to link them. So that was nice, but so that is where we left off in the old Pathfinder this week. I don't know what we're playing next week. I don't actually have one ready to go, and I kind of expected to play D&D this week, but Dim is really gung ho on this Pathfinder stuff. So far it's okay. I don't think I like it. I like. I know I've played way more 5th edition, but I feel like 5th edition is less strict on how you do things, and having less strict makes for a slightly funner way to interact with the worlds. And now we got the DM who thinks that Pathfinder is actually more strict than it actually is, and so won't allow anything that isn't related to the rules to happen. Like, I still feel like if I'm trained in occultism, I would have some idea about gods, right? I mean, maybe not like his specific rituals or anything, but I just feel like my guy would probably be like, "Oh, look, that's one of those it's one of those sea gods," and I recognize that this is this dude is outside. Why is my zombie for clearing outside? Oh. Is it still not cleared? Oh, come on, game. Come on. My inability to aim? Why did you point out that zombie outside but no other zombies? Well, I think this is where we gotta call it. And I guess I will hunt the zombie on my own. I've only gotta be missing one, right? So, with that, be better than the small things. Land of the light. I will talk to you later.